Instagram account as well. It's okay. You can go now.
Welcome to Motivational Monday, where we are honored to introduce Dr. Zeinab Agha, a distinguished educational consultant and coach specializing in special and inclusive education. Dr. Agha's illustrious career spans over a decade, marked by her unwavering dedication to advanced education for all. As a prolific author, Dr. Agha has penned several acclaimed books offering valuable insights into the complexities of education and inclusion. Dr. Agha's passion for empowering families and professionals in child education led her to establish Zeinab Agha Training and Consulting, where she continues to make a profound difference in the lives of individuals across the globe. Today, Dr. Zeinab will share her expertise on integrating AI for enhancing life skills and inclusive education. Through her innovative approach and visionary insights, she will inspire us to embrace technology as a tool for fostering inclusivity and enhancing life skills in education. Join us as we embark on this empowering journey with Dr. Zeinab Agha and discover the informative potential of AI in shaping the future of education. Thank you so much, Dr. Zeinab, for joining us today. Further handing over the session to you.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Thank you so much for having me today, the Autism Connect. I have worked earlier with you, and you are really such great people to work with. It was a pleasure, and we will gonna always connect. If it's not working, we have to be networking to make it work. Nowadays, we're gonna be working hand in hand to make inclusion really becomes easier. We know that inclusion is a process, and artificial intelligence is getting really a lot of okay, can you hear me properly first? The title of this live will gonna be integrating AI for enhancing the life skills and inclusive education. To begin with, and in mind, it means that we have to start with a clear understanding of the destination. Once we know what we want, which is we want students to be independent, we want them to be productive, as well as happy with whatever they are having of cases. Only then it means to know where you are going. So if you have a vision, a clear vision, and you know your mission, then you're gonna have the steps and the process of how to reach there. When we say inclusion is a process, it doesn't happen overnight. It happens over time, and we need to work hand in hand to make it happen. You understand where you are going now, so that the steps that you take on daily basis of how to make schools inclusive, as well as society and inclusive society, only then you're gonna be able to move in the right direction and get the maximum potential with the students. So don't underestimate the power of education, because we have to work hand in hand, connect if it's not working with them, with if we cannot make it alone by ourselves, to make it happen. And this only can happen if we think together and work smart and not hard. Nowadays we are working, okay, this life, the aim of this life is to reveal how learners with disabilities process and construct knowledge when AI is incorporated. It's not to discuss only ideas about how to do it, because we know how to do it. We have to be a doer right now. No one applied to be born as a student with a special need. It is the way that he is born with ADHD, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, or having an autism, any child didn't apply to be such a child with a special need. So we need to help him. We need to consider inclusion as a revolutionary act, and we have to work together because education cannot wait. Ignorance is really a shame. We have to train students with special needs of how to get the maximum of what they have. How we're going to be able to do this? We have to train teachers and educators, or the stakeholders, or anyone that is working with the student with a special need, in order to provide the quality education to get a powerful generation. We always say pay money to get money in business, and also in inclusion. Nothing can happen without investing the right money in training the teachers, as well as getting the right tools to support these students. Without the financial resources, we're not going to be hiding or just not saying the truth. We have to say how it will gonna be happen. It will be helpful for others if we really invest the time in doing so. The world is failing right now because they don't know how to support, most of them, they don't know how to support students with special needs, because we have a lot of misconceptions about inclusion and how we're gonna make it happen. Until now, we know that the education system is not transformed yet as we wanted it to happen. We need this mind shift transformation in order to apply the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. We need learning to be really applied in the right way to support each child. There is a process of how to do it. Yes, the artificial intelligence is important. It is considered as a mediated system and a cornerstone to support the students with special needs. It needs steps to be applied in order for it to be done in the right way. Yet we have to know how to do it in the right way, because it has a pros as well, it has an advantages as well as it has disadvantages. So we need to know exactly how to use it and not misuse it. Learners process and construct knowledge differently. Every person who took a training course in special and inclusive education nowadays, they are going to the social media and giving advices of how to support the students with autism and other things. But how they are saying this, based on which framework, based on what, nobody knows. It's just because they say artificial intelligence is important, so they are doing this. They don't have the proper knowledge, or nobody knows how to evaluate their knowledge and say that this person is the right person to offer this. So how to support these students, how the artificial intelligence is helping that child, if we will not know who is the child working with, which artificial intelligence is used, what is, we always say, rubbish in, rubbish out. Yani whatever you put in the tool that you are using as a tool to support the student with a special need, whether it is an application or whatever, if you don't know who is behind that application, then the student, it will harm the student with a special need, it will not help him. So we have to be careful with the right tool that we are using. We have to know that it has its advantages as well as it has its disadvantages. Yes, if it is well applied and properly used and not misused, it offers a personalized and intellectually stimulating educational experience and user-centered approach. It also promotes active learning and tailored instruction for students with special needs under one condition only. if and only if we pinpoint the starting point of the location and where that child with a special need is located. I have a diagram that explains how to do this. It is still debatable whether the artificial intelligence is really effective in supporting students with special needs. The research is inconclusive yet. Some of the scientists, they said that yes, it will help them under one condition if the tendency, but there is a tendency of confirmation bias in responses. It means it emerges by being influenced by user inputted words, keywords, limiting the diversity, the novelty, and the relevance of information. By this, we mean if the teacher or if the application that is formed is not well, the input of that application is not well built, with the scientists that they are really educators, trustable educators, that they are putting the application or they are designing this application to help the child. If it is not following international standards, then it will harm the student and it will not help him. So AI application does not have the varied human factor. They are considered a tool, but nobody will be able to replace the human factor, because we need these people that, or the educators, that the qualified educators that are sitting with a student with a special need, checking exactly if whatever he is doing it in the right way, because we still need the human factor, which is whatever Vygotsky spoke about, that learning takes place in social contexts. Yes, the artificial intelligence is considered a tool. However, it will never, ever replace the human beings. The mindset, so AI application does not have the varied human factor like the mindsets. Consider having a debate between the child with a special need and an artificial intelligence application or tool. That AI tool will not be able to speak with the child in the same way as the child is talking to another human being, because the mindset is different, the personal experience is different, the facial expression is different, the background knowledge of that adult who is working with the student with a special need is different than whatever we put in that application to make it the way it is. So the interaction with the human being or the people is really surpasses whatever we take from the artificial intelligence. For example, in a debatable topic, when people are involved and differences are fostered, then the environment will be diverse, especially when students with special needs use the artificial intelligence application. They will lack really the social cues that nobody can teach it via an application. So it will limit their experience. AI has a perceived limited viewpoints, especially if we it says that it has the risk of information overload that can complicate learning with the zone of proximal development. Of course, this is, I only have 15 more minutes left. If I'm gonna talk about students with special needs, whether they have autism, we have to check on which on which level. Is it a severe autism case? Is it a mild case? Is it a moderate case? So we need to check each and every case in order to be able to know which strategy suits that child and which application suits that child. That's why our field is really difficult. I took maybe more than 8 years working with the students, more than 12 years working with in schools and with the students with the special needs, to know the tricks of the trade of how to deal with each case and with each student, even if I'm as an educator using an AI tool to support that child. The secret is we want to train teachers and or to train educators of knowing how to reach the hot zone of the 21st century skills encapsulated within the following thematic categories. So I hope that you can understand these three circles. I'm gonna try to explain them, the three overlapping circles. Each circle represents something that we see the child as a person who has a brain, heart, as well as the hand, which is the application, which is whatever he is doing. It's the same applies to the teacher. When the teacher deals with the student or anyone is dealing with a student with special needs, they have to have the heart of a teacher. Okay, I agree that AI will help students with a special need. I agree that it is an added value. I totally understand the value of the quality of how it will facilitate the complex intellectual discussion, how it will elevate the advantages of AI. I know that it will elevate the educational experience of students with special needs. I know that it is considered a facilitative tool in discussions. I know it is the AI can tailor and be personalize the learning for students with special needs and engage them effectively. I know that it can foster the environment and make it conducive to learning. I know that it can introduce novel ideas, but what AI cannot do is that it cannot give the human nature to know exactly where the child is on this overlapping circles. I will explain each one, each student with a special need. I took one case, which is a student with a special needs with a student with ADHD. So a student with ADHD, to support that child, we have to look at three different categories. The first one is the intervention services that we are going to offer. So we have, first of all, to see that child. Where is that child lying? Is he on point A in the red color, as you can see on the screen? If you can see it, please let me know. Is that a child on point A in the black color, which is as seen on the screen? Where is the child currently located? So this is the starting point that we have to start with. First of all, I have to check as a teacher or an educator or a parent where my child is, where he is at this stage. Once I know where to pinpoint exactly where that child is, then I'm gonna be able to know the vision that I should have for that child, then the mission of what I'm gonna be doing, then the steps that I'm gonna be doing with that child. That's why we always say inclusion is a process. It's not gonna happen overnight. We're not gonna be able to solve all the problems of the child in a split second. It will take time. The most important thing to know is that the intervention services needs to be given. It means, is that a child psychologically suffering? Is that a child does this child needs academic support, remedial academic services? Does that child need medication? For example, students with ADHD, they need like different types of medications, the medicine, to help them focus, to help put them on the right track, because they cannot accomplish the job that we want them to accomplish if they did not take that medicine. So this is what we are saying. As an educator, we have to know which service or where that child first of all lies, in which circle. That does he need the intervention services? Does he need the remedial services, which is the academic support only, or does he need the medication? Most of the students, they need the intervention services with the remedial services without the medication. It's perfect if he doesn't need the medication. So as an educator, if he wants to use the artificial intelligence tool to help him reach the target and understand the lesson and makes him helps him to study something or to understand something, okay, so he can use this AI app alone by himself without taking the medication, without taking the medicine, and he should know exactly what to focus on. We should guide him of one time our teacher or our professor at university said it's not important only to have the AI and say I will become a professor in accomplishing everything. You have to be resourceful. There are a lot of information on the internet, and you have to know how to pick and choose whatever suits you at that stage. So we have to know that the quantity of information, we have to teach them how to be resourceful, how to pick and choose what suits them. They should not be bombarded with a lot of information that really are not needed, and they cannot focus on reading all that quantity of information that is offered via the AI app or the tool that is used. So we need the balance between the quantity that neither overwhelm them of being a student with ADHD and a student that is really suffering from or has attention issues. The human factor is not available when the student with special needs is using the AI alone by itself, because it limits the educational experience for them and will not help them to learn the life skills that are needed. One of the most important conferences that I attend, they say in the long run, the certificate alone by itself will not gonna help the students if they do not learn the life skills that they learn from our personal experience from adults. So we still need this personal contact with Vygotsky said learning takes place in social context. So we still need the human factor and people to be around us, to support us, to learn from them, to see how they are, how they are acting, to copy whatever they are doing. So content for threat of over-reliance on AI. Addiction that you can sometimes you feel that or if a student with a special need is addicted to an AI application, and he or she gets everything via ChatGPT, for example, he will not use his brain. So we want them to use their brain, and we want them to write down on papers whatever they have of thoughts. So also lack of measures for course learning outcomes. The remedial, and I want to make it at a fast pace. Of course, whatever I'm saying, it will take a lot of time to explain more, and each and every idea might take a workshop to speak about it. Even students with autism, we have 4 different types of autism, and each different case has a different strategies, approaches, techniques, and tools to work with. No 2 cases are the same. Even because no 2 children are the same, we cannot use the same AI app and tell the students, "Khalas, take it on your own and learn alone by yourself." We have, as educators, especially with the severe cases with the students with attention deficit hyperactivity disorder or autism or whatever, to be sitting alongside with them, guiding them, telling them on what to focus on, to give them the right techniques that suits them. Okay, accessibility means align with individual learner preferences and requirements. So we need to know exactly what suits them and tell them how to do it alone by themselves with the training. Why we are focusing on quality education? Because without the proper training for the teachers, for the students, for the stakeholders, for parents, for the students themselves, we will not be able to reach the maximum potential of that child. Quality education, diverse range of content accessible at any time of the student's choice. It is crucial to foster a comprehensive and well-rounded educational journey. It is individualized to know how the learner process information, construct knowledge, and engage in high-order thinking. So yes, it's a tool. Yes, it is very helpful, but at the same time, we cannot use it and ignore the value of having a teacher or an educator sitting next with the student, or giving the right training for that child, the right we have to have consultants and the IEP for that child to tell him exactly what suits him and how to make the learning, customize the learning for him. AI is a life-changing experience if and only if, as I said earlier, the teacher's training and development to use the AI needs to be considered as the top priority list as the primary factor for driving this change. Government financial resources needs to support the shift in the mindsets of the society of how to use and not to misuse the AI in the right way, the connection between thoughts and actions that are being invited right now. We know how to do it right. We know how AI will gonna help the students, but how we're gonna be applying this how we're gonna be applying this in real life, and how we're gonna be how we are going to be having the right educators, qualified, competent educators to help these students. Educators encounter challenges imposed by the limitations in the classroom resources to be able to engage special needs learners with autism or with ADHD or with any other case. Create inclusive schools. Transforming the education system should be focused on shifting the mindsets of parents, of the schools, and of learners themselves to reach the purpose of education, which is to develop independent, productive, and happy learners. The target is to get more geniuses to the world. How we're gonna be able to do it? We're not gonna able to get more geniuses to the world if we depend only on AI. We have to have a combination of both, of using the AI in a right way, as well as having the competent teachers or educators to support this. Society needs to be more inclusive, because learners without disability learn better when we are inclusive. So we have to know that AI is important. Yes, it is a tool, but we have to know that when when we put the wrong information to that AI, it rubbish out, then we're gonna have something that is really bad out of it. We have to have the government financial support to help us as educators and as training centers and as schools or universities to do the right training for teachers or for parents or for the community of the society, to teach them how to use it properly in the right way and not to misuse it, and how to have the mind shift in them that their goal or their role is important. The pace of change is completely unacceptable right now. We are really working hard, but without this financial support from the government or from the parents to do the right updates to the AI, or to use the right application, not to use only any application to support the student with a special needs, where all our effort will be gone in vain if the money is not invested properly to train the workforce in order to reach the goals that are really achievable only if we work hand in hand, if we invest the right time to train the teacher, to train the students, to explain to the students with the special needs about their cases, what's going on, to know where they are on the 3 overlapping circles, to help each child reach the hot zone. Each and every case is different. I cannot give you the tricks of the trade if you are not specialized in this, because how to overcome this challenge? We have to commit to actions to reach the unstoppable, irresistible self-confidence of both of the teachers themselves, that they are working with the students with the special needs, which is a prerequisite skill in order to reach the unstoppable, irresistible, self-confident learner. How we're going to be able to do this? By doing the right training, the right training for these teachers in order to be empowered with the good knowledge. And we have to have teachers that got the heart of a mother, of a parent, that they are ready to go the extra mile to help that child reach his full potential. The AI alone cannot do it because they don't have the heart of human being that can start everything from scratch. The AI cannot start everything from zero, from scratch. Maybe that child will gonna be misdiagnosed or not diagnosed in the right way because a lot of different complications might have happened to that child. So we really do need the AI as a tool, but it is not the only tool that should be used to support the students with special needs. We have to have the active listening skills. We have to listen to students. How will AI be able to smell the perfume of the child? How the AI will be able to listen to the needs of the student? If he only dealt, he might. I had a case with a student with ADHD that he really knew the information. He knows everything, but he was just clicking the next button. خلاص go with on the exam online, just because he got bored and he was خلاص so lazy, he didn't want to go and press. The right teacher, if she is sitting next and helping, if she's sitting next to a child with a special need and helping him, supporting him, she would have different techniques, approaches, strategies, tools to support that child. If that child got bored or he didn't have the attention to do something, she would give him 1 minute to breathe well, look at the green grasses, look at whatever is there. She would come up with something creative to motivate that child. How would an AI be creative as a human being? No one can do this except the human being. Young people to use their language and power to become the agent of change. Last but not least, because I don't have a lot of time, IE does not mean we empower teachers so they can be banking knowledge in students. The inclusive education, it doesn't mean that we have to train teachers so that they can bank the knowledge in students and then the students take this human capital to the work and to the world. No, we have to think of how to empower them with life skills, how to find the brilliant technical solution in place. Yes, we have them as AI, but how do we know that the progress is made in that child if we do not have the human factor to tell? So I will give you an example. One child might not be able to write something. So a good teacher, a competent one, might tell him, خلاص, express it in words, just to say it. If the target is reached, then خلاص, as long as the learning target is achieved, so no need to worry about whether that child was able to write it or no. And the AI, we cannot do this. If he has a multiple choice question, or if there is a multiple choice question, he has to choose one of them. Other than that, if he chose the wrong answer, so directly it will be known that the child is unable to reach the target. Be proactive. Educational pathways are as unobstructed as possible, so we have to always evaluate that child. Be proactive, think ahead of time before, plan of how to deal with each child with special needs, each and every child with special needs, whether that child is on the autism spectrum disorder or not. We have to know exactly where is that child in order to know how to get him to the hot zone, which I showed you earlier. So there is a need for an ongoing reflection as well as the responsible use of technology. This is the word. We have to use AI in a responsible way in education. The collaborative effort between developers and educators are needed for collaborative learning. Without it, nothing will happen as we want it to be. If you would like to comment with me or to communicate with me regarding anything related to social media or anything, please feel free to send me as to this account, Zeinab Agha 05@gmail.com. Sorry, the Zainab, it should be with A, not with E. And these are my social media accounts. Just put Dr. Zainab, Dr. Zeinab Agha, and I will be really more than happy to answer your questions. Please do tell me if there is any question. I'm gonna be ready to answer it. Other than that, thank you so much for having me. I tried to make it in half an hour, but I took longer. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you so much, Dr. Zeinab, for joining us today. As of now, we do not have any questions. So I would ask the audiences to put them down in the comments below in case if they have it later. So we can get in touch with you for answering them. And as we conclude today's Motivational Monday, I hope everyone found inspiration in the valuable insights shared by you. Your expertise as an educational consultant and coach specializing in special and inclusive education has undoubtedly left a lasting impact. So once again, thank you so much for joining us today and giving us an enlightening contribution. And thank you to everyone who joined us today for this amazing session. So until next time, thank you, take care, and see you next time.
Thank you, and see you.
Bye.
Bye. Can I have, just let me take a picture.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Perfect, it's done. Bye. To answer your question, please do tell me if there is any question. I'm gonna be ready to answer it. Other than that, thank you so much for having me. If any question, I'm gonna be